We are gonna talk about the 2018 San Francisco Mint first day of issue limited edition silver reverse proof set. Very excited to hear about this one, Mike.
Okay.
I can tell you're excited to tell us.
This is a big deal.
Okay.
I mean, you know, well, you saw me get excited for the SMint coin.
You did, yes.
Okay, well, I'm about to get 10 times more excited.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a big deal.
I can't wait to hear.
This is a tremendously big deal.
Yeah, when Mike gets excited, you know it's a big deal, right?
It's not, I don't hide it very much. The United States government started making kind of special collector coins specifically in 2006. Okay. They came out with their very first reverse proof coin. And one of the #1 questions I get is, okay, so it's proof on the reverse. No, not at all. I'm going to take the coin that we were just showing, the 2018 Proof American Silver Eagle. This is and proof is not a condition, it's a method of manufacturing. And what they do is the field of the coin out here is the mirror finish, and the device or the design of the coin is the frosted part. In reverse proof, they reverse that. So it's the field of the coin is the matte finished part, and the device or raised part of the coin is the shiny part on both the obverse and the reverse.
That's really neat.
So they have reversed the proof. It's like a reverse negative, okay? Like, you know, in photography or whatever. And so that's what reverse proof is. Yeah. Prior to this year, the United States government has made 14 different reverse proof coins. Okay. Each one of them were unique. So they put out a set, there was one reverse proof coin, or they put out a reverse proof coin by itself. Okay. They made 4 silver eagles, they've made a couple of gold coins, a platinum coin, they've made 4 presidential dollars, a dime, and a $50. Okay. The average price of those 14 coins in the marketplace today is somewhere around $2,000 a piece. And because 2 of them are gold and 1 of them's platinum, and if I take those out, because that kind of skews the results a little bit, you're still about $500 a coin for reverse proof coins.
Oh my God.
I've got reverse proof coins for $37.99.
So it's just unheard of.
Yeah, it's just, because the United States government, well, they've done proof coins, reverse proof coins before, they've only ever done them 1 per set. Well, for the 50th anniversary of the San Francisco, in the Lincoln Center.
That's such a cool looking coin.
That's such a cool looking coin. For the 50th anniversary of the San Francisco Mint, the United States government makes a 10 coin reverse proof set. So this is a 10 coin reverse proof set that we're going to have right here. Never been done before. Yeah. The reverse proof coins are the most collectible special issue coins put out by the United States government, hands down, absolutely, positively, no doubt about it. Now, here's my contention with this. Is you can look at this just about any way you want to look at this, but $37.99 a coin is just absolutely unapproachable, unbreachable, in essence, for us. When you've got our first day of issue, see the special San Francisco label that we have up here? Right. That's 50th anniversary, 1986 through 2018 San Francisco Mint. And so that's what we're going to have in its first day of issue, individually numbered sets. We've got, what's that, 1,276 sets. Okay. And that may seem like a lot, but here's the deal. Well, the government did this as a special set. They only made 200,000 sets. It's going to be a complete, total, sold-out, limited edition from the United States government. Additionally, not only did they make a complete reverse proof, but to make it even more special, the $50, all 5 quarters, and the dime are made out of silver. Oh, so not only are they reverse proof, but they are silver reverse proof. So now you begin to understand, okay, now everybody's kind of getting into this. We have over 500 of these sets sold so far since I introduced this last week. So over 500, so we're about halfway sold through, and we'd had 1 other primetime presentation is all. Now when you look at the coins individually, $37.95. They made another reverse proof Kennedy $50 in 2014. Okay. I would challenge you to go find that coin for less than $150. I don't think it's possible. For the 1 coin. Wow. For the 1 coin. For the other reverse proof Kennedy. They did another reverse proof dime. And they did that in a special March of Dimes set. Good luck finding that for less than $100 for the dime. So there's $250 at the very least. Now, I would love to give you a comparison price for the Sacagawea Golden Dollar in reverse proof, except this is the only reverse proof Sacagawea dollar that the United States government has ever made. You're looking at it right there.
Oh my gosh.
Now they made a special enhanced uncirculated Sacagawea gold dollar in the 2014 coin and currency set, but that coin's going to run you about $1,000 or $1,500 in EU 70. So in RP70, this coin is absolutely, positively unique in the entire golden dollar series in terms for the Sacagawea and the Native American dollars. It is the only reverse proof that you're going to have in the Sacagawea golden dollar. So if this one's 150 and there's two of those, this one, I don't know, 199. I mean, but certainly not $37.99.
Right.
Go up here. I'll tell you what. You want to collect the 5 rarest Washington quarters ever made by the United States government? They would be these 5 coins right here. And look at that Washington quarter in reverse proof. And by the way, these are all silver, and you get 5 of them.
Wow.
So these are there are 5 reverse proof quarters ever made by the government. You're looking at them. There are 5 rarest Washington quarters of any type ever made by the United States government. You're looking at them. They're part of this set.
Wow.
And they're included in that as well. So let's say those are $75 a coin.
Okay.
So now there's another 300 and something bucks right there. Okay, because there's $75 a coin. We talked about the dime. By the way, I'd love to give you a price comparison on the Jefferson nickel. I can't, because it's the only reverse proof Jefferson nickel ever done by the government and the rarest Jefferson nickel ever done by the United States government. So unique, 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 unique.
Yeah.
But the star of the collection, and while that adds up coin by coin by coin, good luck finding that. I've seen other NGC sets out there in the $700 range, $750, $800. At $379, like I said, good luck. But I think the star of the show, in all honesty, is going to be the Lincoln cent. Yeah. And here's why. And I know you go, well, there you go, it's a penny. They've been making the Lincoln cent since 1909. The longest lived American coin ever made is the Lincoln cent. Okay. In 1909, and people that don't even know that much about coins know the 1909 SVDB. It's probably one of the most popular coins. The 1909 S. And as a matter of fact, probably the most collectible Lincoln cents that the United States government has ever made are S-minted Lincoln cents. Okay. Of all of the S-minted Lincoln cents, many of which sell for thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars, this is the rarest S-minted Lincoln cent ever done by the United States government, and the only reverse proof Lincoln cent. So you put whatever number you want to put on that in terms of value, it just is not $37.99 is what the problem is. So now you get all 10 of these coins in an absolutely unique set that is only available from us here at HSN. Please understand that. You get the entire set, and look at this beautiful presentation box. Isn't that great? Yeah. That's the way that they fit in there, and they're all at an angle, so they're quite easy to pull out so that you can look at them. There's that Kennedy $half. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? That's so impressive. Just a stunning, stunning, stunning coin. What do you got there? You've got there's the Jefferson nickel. So you're going to have every single one of those. You've got absolutely unique coinage in here. As a set, it's unique. As individual coins, they are unique. 8 of the 10 coins are absolutely unique. In other words, they're the only one of their denominations that are in reverse proof. So that is of critical importance and ultimate collectability. They're going to, and look at that beautiful reverse proof. Look at that. That's the Apostle Island that you can see right there. So every one of these from the National Park Series. And remember, the quarters are all done in silver, folks. The Kennedy $half is done in silver. The Roosevelt dime is done in silver. And still the star of the show, quite likely, going to be the Lincoln cent up there. So look at what we've got for the sold. 619, let me not overstate. 619 sold. Well, let's do the math here. So it's 619 sold. We are right at halfway sold through the entire edition. Oh my gosh, now, once again, that's exciting. And I want to reiterate this as I talk about these things. Okay. Is when I tell you what we have in this in terms of first day of issue, that's not just for this presentation or my visit or whatever. That's all that will ever exist. Keep in mind, these are individual match-numbered sets. These are individual match-numbered sets. There's no possible way. So you have to buy the set from the United States government and then certify it. Well, let me explain something to you, folks. It's about a $30 a coin price to certify it. So you're going to be $379, and that's assuming every single solitary coin certifies perfect 70. I can tell you right now, the Kennedy $half, nowhere near 100%. These are like 20, 25% that are going to be RP70. So you start with a coin set that is unique. You start with the fact that it's a limited edition before it's graded. Now you get in the highest grade and kick out. There's only 200,000 to start with. Now, if you graded every single solitary coin in existence, you would only end up with the better part of maybe 60,000 sets, okay? Or 40,000 sets. That seems like a lot, but nobody's gonna grade all the coins.
Sure.
So now you're looking at the entire universe of this only being 20,000 coins. There's 150 million American collectors.
Yeah.
The most popularly collected single denomination is the Lincoln cent. There are millions of Lincoln cent collectors. They simply can't all own this coin, and they have to complete their collection. That's why this coin, people will be forced to own this coin in a lesser grade, because all the 70s are going to be in sets. We purchased an incredible number of sets from the very first day of issue to be able to bring you these. We had to buy thousands and thousands and thousands of sets. They only made 200,000 sets total. Like you said, going to end up a complete and total sold out limited edition from the United States government. I cannot impress upon you enough. The only reverse proof Sacagawea golden dollar ever made by the United States government. Any one of these coins on their own at $37.99 is an incredible bargain. As a matter of fact, I would argue $49.95, $59.99, $69.99, $79, $89, even $99 a coin is not an unreasonable price for these coins individually, let alone $37.99 for a match-numbered set that's exclusive to us here at HSN, that is absolutely, positively what you're looking for. And here's the thing. We got a lot of folks on here, and I have some questions. So once again, to point out the silver coins, all of the quarters are silver. All 5 of these are silver. Now, while the silver is not the important part of the collecting of this coin, okay, it does add to the desirability. If you take a look in the nationally advertised catalog that I have out here all the time, a silver quarter from 2012, which has a mintage of, I think, 383,000. There's one of that silver quarter out of those sets right there. Those were National Parks quarters. Those are going to cost you about $87 a piece, uncertified, ungraded raw. None of them are reverse proof. These coins are 60% rarer. They're certified proof. These are also silver. These are the 5 rarest Washington quarters. So it's quite easy for me to look at that and determine, hey, those should be $100 a coin. If ungraded and uncertified, you know, they're going to be $70, $80, $90 a coin. And that is the exceptional, extraordinary part of this, and why you want to be on the phone and why it's so ultimately incredibly collectible. Add in the Lincoln cent. I'm telling you, this is a $100, $150 coin. As we sit, who knows about, in essence, future value, because it is the only reverse proof Lincoln, the rarest S-minted Lincoln ever made. And then, of course, you add in this, you have the silver Kennedy. Folks, 100% collectability, desirability, exclusive from us right here at HSN.
I can't even stand it right now. Well, another one where you notice that the clock expired on the screen, but we simply have so many of you in the ordering process, so we stay right here so that you can get all of your orders in. So if you're in the ordering process, stay right there. Your item number is 633858. Congratulations if you are able